What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and today we're going to be discussing DC glitching in Madden 18. Now, this video is going to be sent to EA Sports headquarters and possibly reviewed by some of the developers to see what we can do about individuals like ARNY the Great. Now, this man is going to pull off something that it was pretty relevant back in the earlier Maddens when the development team weren't as involved. Nowadays, the teams at EA Sports, the one thing I can give them credit for is that they're heavily involved in day-to-day activities with what happens with their game. Now, we may not all agree with some of the things that go on as far as gameplay. Some people have complaints about MUT, different things about microtransactions, but this is one of the issues that have been plaguing the internet world for a while now, where someone can actually get out of a game and take a win while they were actually losing. Now, sometimes we do drop connections. It's happened to all of us at some point or another, where, you know, either you got a blackout, something happens, your router goes off, stuff like that. And then you have situations where people in the past were able to IP boot you and stuff like that. But again, EA Sports has done things that I give them a lot of credit for, as far as not having the peer-to-peer show IP addresses in most cases. They've done things because I've done my research with it, and I appreciate all those things that have been done. But the bigger issue about this is you have to be able to track the guys that do this. This individual, ARNY the Great, is actually in the top 100. I believe he was number 8 at this time. And it's going to be very, very seamless the way he pulls off his DC glitch. And DC just stands for disconnect. I understand I have a lot of viewers all across the world, and I get questions like, what's DC glitching? What's this thing that's going on? There were other things that were leaked about how to do it and stuff like that. I don't partake in that stuff like that because I don't want to promote people doing it. But if you were a part of that whole situation and you did something like this, it's not something that's going to be able to go on for a long time because, like I said, they are getting more involved in day-to-day activities with what goes on. So as much as people may not understand the concepts of what people are doing, like if they power off their game, they're losing, they just turn their system off and then it happens to be a loss for the other person. These things are being reviewed now. Okay, so it's not good. I just want to give you guys an update because I get a lot of tweets. People are telling me, you know, this guy did this guy did that. It's no way possible that every single one of these things is a glitch. Okay, that's why if I lose a game and it just happens to be like a regular, it just happens quickly and it goes off, I don't even bother with it because I don't want to waste the time of the developers because they have a lot of other things on their plate. They have things going on that they have to make sure is taken care of on a day-to-day basis, and that's why I appreciate all the contact that I have with the people inside EA Sports because it's not an easy job to deal with consumers on a day-to-day basis. But I will say this. I will not stand for guys in the top 100 or anybody for that matter being able to get away with this just willy-nilly. It doesn't make any sense. And I'm going to track and see what goes on because I'm fully expecting something to be done about this because this is not the first time that this guy has done it. It's not the first time that it has come up. I remember earlier in the year there was a guy, Hail the King or something like that. I can't remember exactly what his name was, but he was doing a glitch where he was I guess he was taking knees and the game would never end and stuff like that. And there's been other individuals earlier in the year that have, received temporary bans or permanent bans for doing DC glitching and being found, being investigated and found that they have done it. Now, once this is submitted, I'm going to keep you guys updated. And that's the whole purpose of social media and the interaction with the EA Sports development team because I stress to you guys all the time, not to be disrespectful to these men and women that work for EA Sports that deal with the game or just any developer because you're going to need them. You see what I'm saying? You're going to need them eventually and it doesn't make sense. Now, I myself, I rage about the game. I have issues with the gameplay. There's a lot of things that I believe that can be fixed. I offer my help whenever I can. I'm very, very open about the way that I feel about the game, but I will never, ever disrespect one of these individuals that it doesn't make any sense. It's just a respect issue for me. I'm not going to go on Twitter and start raging and going wild about, I'm not going to do that. During the gameplay, I will say stuff about the gameplay. I will go wild as far as that, but it has to be a point where it stopped. And that's the reason that I'm saying that is because I see a lot of you guys like that I've had to actually block that tag me into stuff where you guys are going wild with rage. It's obvious that there are things that are wrong with the game, but you have to also understand that out of every one of the you know, the publishers of video games, I have to believe right now that EA Sports is one of the most highly involved when it comes to answering questions and trying to fix things on the go. I myself, during live streams, have had things fixed in MUT within a matter of minutes from just contacting the developers at EA Sports via Twitter. So I'm just giving you guys an example about how to go about it. We're going to need more footage of it. The things that I complain about, the things that go on, like if you're watching the gameplay right now as I play ARNY the Great, there are going to be some things that you see that's like, yo, what's going on? There have been issues. Again, I know how to get that information to EA Sports. If you guys are going to directly tweet them for any of the individuals that work or that is a developer, I'm going to suggest if you're part of GmiasWorld, then automatically by watching my video and subbing to me, you now have become a part of GmiasWorld. And I just want to say I'm very, very happy to have you. But we have to have respect when we're dealing with these issues, because that's the only way we're going to get things changed. We're not going to be able to just disrespect them and they go, oh yeah, let me listen to this guy. He called me a crazy derogatory term. Let me go ahead and listen to this guy. They don't do that. They're human beings at the end of the day, just like anything else. And we have to deal with them as such. Now, I have a long-standing history with people that have been doing this within the game. One of the main guys you may know, you know, I don't really want to talk about him anymore, but that's pretty much early on when I first started playing Madden. He was a guy that was just going around and selling the glitching guides and teaching people how to DC glitch and stuff like that. So there is a history of it going on in the game. EA has done certain things to make it a little bit harder for them to do it. Like I told you guys, as far as the peer-to-peer, they don't allow that. It's a lot of hidden IP addresses now. The technicalities that go into it, but all in all, it's still possible. And, you know, this guy obviously knows how to do it, because certain times when you're disconnected from a game, you can tell if somebody knows what they're doing or if they don't know what they're doing. This guy, when it gets to that point, because right now he's winning the game, so you're not expecting it. In addition, he's a top 100 player, so you're like, all right, you know the guy's name is there. It's easier for EA to look at the leaderboards and, you know, do what they have to do to this guy. It doesn't make any sense for him to do it, but these are the guys that do it. And, you know, for the couple guys, I had a couple guys taken care of earlier in the year that actually DC glitched me live on stream. We're going to have to see what goes on with this guy, okay? Because now that I've actually, you know, put the word out, I've gotten feedback that he's done this several times, and people don't know where to go, what to do, what's going on. And I just believe that in the future, as EA continues to grow with their competitive gaming division, they have to make sure that guys that are into competitive gaming is not doing this. Because last year, allegedly, there were some people that were DC glitching, dashboarding and stuff like that. You guys are probably going to write their names in the comment section that was doing it, and they got away with it. I saw them at live tournaments. So there are more things that go into this, and it just doesn't make sense, because put it like this. I'll come out on any given day and EA will do everything possible to help my opponent, right? And I'll sit here and take my loss in the comfort of my own home. But these guys that do this, it's like there's no punishment for it. So what happens is you spend your money for MUT, you do all this stuff, and then you run into a guy like this that does what he's about to do to me in this game. Now, again, the loss doesn't mean anything to, like, I don't really care about the loss. I just don't want the individuals that watch my videos that have this happen to them think that I don't care, because I do care. A lot of other YouTubers may not care. They wouldn't take the time out to do this. I care about that, because the same guys that are complaining, oh, why are you spending money? Why are you doing all these microtransactions? Those guys are quiet when this stuff is going on. I don't know if they have, you know, if they do it themselves, but this is something that has to be put on the forefront, because if you're going to do competitive gaming, if you're going to be involved with online gaming, you're going to have to be able to see and understand what people are doing. There's no other way around it. And this has been going on for way too long. There's so many other things that are brewing with Madden to get them to be a bigger esport. You don't want this happening, especially with guys that we can just search and see that they're in the top 100. It doesn't make any sense. So I fully expect something to be done about ARNY the Great for PS4. And if you've been glitched by him or he's done something like that, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Like right here, you see how the game pauses? He understood at this point that he was going to take this L in this file. So this freeze right here is typical. Like, it doesn't, I don't want to hear, oh yeah, bro, I just turned the game. No. Every time that happens, I get a loss. Now, regardless of how he's doing it, back in the day, they used to have Kane enable, different type of things that boot you off the IP. It's nothing like that anymore. I don't know if he did the old-fashioned way by just turning his game off. I don't know what he did. But he's fully aware that this happens, is what I'm saying. And there has to be a penalty to this. Else it will just continue to go on. And, you know, as far as it goes, I'm not going to stand for it. And I'm going to make sure that these individuals that get me don't get you. I want to give a thanks to all the developers at EA Sports. Whoever took the time out to watch the video after it was submitted, I will be submitting this same video via email to the EA Sports development team. I really, really hope that you guys watch and you review ARNY the Great and you do something to show him that this will not be tolerated, so that I can tell my viewers and my people that something is done for this, because it's not fair to the spenders and the people that log in the MUT on a daily basis. Until next time, one love.